Hi, hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Chidanand, finally a BMS student. In previous class, we discussed Kalpana Nirmana 1 and Kalpana Nirmana 2 in detail for your exams. Today, we are going to discuss about one more concept, that is Kalpana Nirmana 3. Kalpana Nirmana 3 here, definite 10 marks question, 5 marks may be asked, and MCQ. 110 marks question is fixed question in Kalpana Nirmana 3. Okay. In Kalpana Nirmana 3, you will study Sharkara Kalpana, Gudapaka Kalpana, Lavana Kalpana, Kshara Kalpana, Ayaskruti Kalpana, Lepa Kalpana, Vati Kalpana, and Gugul Kalpana. These Vati Kalpana and Gugul Kalpana are not mentioned, but you have to study. Okay. The first Kalpana among Kalpana Nirmana 3, that is Sharkara Kalpana. When you heard the name Sharkara, it means sugar. Yes, I am right. Am I right? Sharkara Kalpana. These are pharmaceutical preparations of syrup. These are pharmaceutical preparations of syrup made up of sugar solutions. That are called as Sharkara Kalpana. They are called as Sharkara Kalpana. It is sweet, viscous, more palatable liquid dosage form. It is sweet in nature and it is more viscous and more palatable to children's also. That's why Sharkara Kalpanas are mentioned. Method of preparation. How we prepare Sharkara Kalpana means the shloka goes like Hime Pante Shrute Arke Vasharkara Dvigunam Kshipet Manda Agnau Sajitam Putam Patat Tat Sharkaram Smrita. This shloka says that Hima Panta Shruta Arka. Hima Panta Shruta and Arka. Any liquid you take as one part, quantity of one part, and Sharkara Dvigunam Chipet. To that, for example, you taken one part of the Hima, then you add two part of the sugar solution, two part of the Sharkara to that, and it is heated over Mandagni. It is heated over Mandagni. कहाँ तक, कब तक तुम हीट करना बोले तो it till it attains one thread consistency, till it attains one thread consistency, then it is later it is filtered and stored in airtight containers. That is called as Sharkara Kalpana. Here ratio is very important. One part of the anything you can take Hima Panta Shruta Arka, two part of the sugar is added to that. Sugar means here Sharkara. Okay. Here now we study what are the difference between Sharkara and syrup. What are the difference between Sharkara and syrup? Sharkara is prepared by boiling two part of sugar with one part of the liquid. That liquid may be Hima Panta Shruta Arka. Okay. Here two part of the Sharkara is taken, one part of any liquid is taken, it is boiled over Madagni and Sharkara Kalpana is prepared. But syrups are, it is concentrated solution of sugar in any liquid, that is 66% weight by weight, 66% weight by weight, that is called as syrup. But Sharkara is one part of the any liquid and two part of the Sharkara is taken, it is boiled over Mandagni till it attains one third consistency, that is Sharkara. But it is syrup is concentrated solution of the sugar in any liquid. Okay. There is no types of Sharkara. Kalpana, but syrup is divided into simple syrup, medicated syrup, and flavored syrup. Simple syrup, medicated syrup, and flavored syrup. These are types of the syrup. Okay. Here, for the preparation of Sharkara Kalpana, we only use sugar or sucrose is used. Sugar or sucrose is only used in Sharkara Kalpana. But in syrup, we can use sucrose, dextrose, sorbitol are used. Here only sucrose is used, but here sucrose, dextrose, and sorbitols are used for the preparation of syrups. Here, Sharkara. Coloring and flavoring agents are not used. It is purely organic. Sharkara Kalpana is purely organic, but syrup in syrup preparation, color and flavors are used. Coloring agents as well as flavoring agents are used in syrup preparation. In Sharkara Kalpana, alcohol is not used in the preparation. Alcohol use नहीं कर सकते हम किसमें Sharkara Kalpana के preparation में. But while preparing the syrup, you can use the alcohol. You can use the alcohol. When you use alcohol in the syrup preparation, that is called as elixir. That is called as elixir. Hydroalcoholic solution is used. That is called as elixir. Okay. These are difference between Sharkara and syrup. Okay. Very important. Importance of temperature. Temperature का रोल क्या है बनाने में, शार्करा कल्पना बनाने में टेम्परेचर का रोल क्या है देखो. The controlled temperature is maintained to avoid volatility of Hima, Panta and Arka. The controlled temperature should be maintained. Controlled temperature should be maintained because to avoid volatility of Hima, Panta, Arka. That's why controlled temperature is maintained. When the temperature is increases, the viscosity of the syrup decreases. Then the syrup becomes thinner and more fluid. When the temperature decreases, viscosity of the syrup is increases. The syrup becomes thicker and more viscous. This is the role of temperature during preparation of Sharkara Kalpana. Okay. What are the precautions? What are the precautions you have to take during the Sharkara Kalpana preparation? Heating process should be proper to avoid fermentation of caramel. Fermentation of caramel नहीं होना चाहिए. Fermentation of caramel नहीं होना चाहिए. Heating process should be proper से होना चाहिए. और हिमा पांटा अर्का आर केयरफुली प्रिपेयर्ड. पहले ही प्रिपेयर करके रख लो, बाद में शर्करा कल्पना के लिए यूज करो. Siddhi Lakshana are observed carefully. Siddhi Lakshana, it is must and should you observe Siddhi Lakshana very, very carefully, because if the preparation heated more, then it is waste, it is burnt. Okay. Proper storage, filtration and cooling of the final preparation is very important. Storage कैसे करोगे? एयर टाइट कंटेनर्स में स्टोर करोगे. ओके. कंफर्मेटरी टेस्ट. अभी प्रिपरेशन फाइनलाइज्ड हो गया है, कैसे पता चलेगा तुमको? कंफर्मेटरी टेस्ट के बाद इट शुड बी 1 to 2 थ्रेड कंसिस्टेंसी. कितना होना चाहिए? 1 to 2 थ्रेड कंसिस्टेंसी होना चाहिए. इट शुड बी शटल डाउन विदाउट स्प्रेडिंग व्हेन पुट. थोड़ा प्रिपरेशन लेके तुम वाटर में डाल दिया, वो स्प्रेड नहीं होना चाहिए, डायरेक्टली सिंक होना चाहिए. दैट इज द कंफर्मेटरी टेस्ट फॉर शार्करा कल्पना. ओके. It should have Rasagandha Varna of the drug. Rasagandha Varna of the drug mentioned in the preparation. Okay. This is about Sharkara Kalpana. अब हमने प्रिपरेशन तो बना लिया. प्रिपरेशन शार्करा कल्पना के प्रिपरेशन तो हम बना लिया. पैकिंग एंड प्रिजर्व कैसे करोगे? पैकिंग एंड प्रिजर्व कैसे करोगे? पैक्ड इन ग्लास बॉटल्स आर फूड ग्रेड प्लास्टिक बॉटल्स. एयर टाइट कंटेनर्स में क्या करना है? प्रिजर्व मीन्स पैकिंग करना है. प्रिजर्व कैसा करना है? सिरप्स आर स्टोर्ड एट लो टेम्परेचर. सिरप्स आर स्टोर्ड एट लो टेम्परेचर में स्टोर करना चाहिए. और बाय एडिंग प्रिजर्वेटिव्स लाइक ग्लिसरीन, बेंजोइक एसिड, अल्कोहल और सोडियम बेंजोएट एज प्रिजर्वेटिव्स. लो टेम्परेचर में स्टोर करना बहुत जरूरी है. ओके. डोसेज 1/2 to 1 pala. हाफ टू 1 pala. 1 pala is equal to 48 gram. Remember this. 1/2 to 1 pala with गोक्षीरा एंड और जला as अनुपाना. अनुपाना कौन सा बताया है? गोक्षीरा एंड जला आर अनुपाना इन शार्करा कल्पना. सेल्फ लाइफ कितना है? 3 years with added with preservatives. This is about packing, preservation, dosage and shelf life of the Sharkara Kalpana. Okay. Now we discuss 2 examples of Sharkara Kalpana. They are tulsi arka sharkara and nimbu sharkara. Tulsi arka sharkara and nimbu sharkara. These preparation according to anubhuta yoga. Anubhuta yoga. Okay. इंग्रेडिएंट्स पहले क्या बनाने का है, तुलसी अर्क को 1 पार्ट बनाना है और शुगर सोल्यूशन को 2 पार्ट ऐड करना है. सेम एज जनरल आई सेड इन शार्कर कल्पना, it is heated over mandagni till it attains 1 thread consistency, 1 or 2 thread consistency. Until that you have to heat over mandagni. That is very important. Later it is filtered and stored in airtight containers, stored in low temperature. That is very important here. Okay, डोसिस कितना बताया है, 5 to 10 ml विथ मिल्क एज अनुपाना इन तुलसी अर्क शर्करा. इंडिकेशन श्वासा कासा प्रतिश्याया. देखो यार, प्रतिश्याया मीन्स राइनाइटिस को मॉडर्न में उतना बहुत क्या बोलते स्टैंडर्ड मेडिसिन नहीं है, बट इन आयुर्वेद वी हैव तुलसी अर्क शर्करा इज द बेस्ट preparation for pratishyaya rhinitis. Okay, now we discuss about nimbu sharkara. Ingredient nimbu swarasa 1 part and sugar 2 part. It is heated over mandagni till it attains 1 to 2 thread consistency. Later it is filtered and stored in airtight containers at low temperature. That is very important. Okay, MOP as general matra 5 to 10 ml. Anupana is jala. It is indicated in mandagni, aruchi, trishna, ajirna and rakta dosha nashaka. This is all about Sharkara Kalpana. Okay, if you have any doubt comment below. वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो लाइक कमेंट शेयर सब्सक्राइब कर लो. For handwritten notes join my telegram, link in my description. Thank you. Hi, hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Chidanand, the final year BMS student. In yesterday class, we discussed Sharkara Kalpana. Today we are going to discuss about Gudapaka Kalpana. Guda means jaggery. The jaggery preparations are called as Gudapaka Kalpana. In these preparations, Guda is the main ingredient. It acts as binding agent as well as it acts as preservative. Here, jaggery is the main ingredient. It acts as binding agent also. It acts as preservative. These are preparations of Gudapaka Kalpana. Method of preparation, it is as similar to the Avaleha Kalpana. Okay. Here main ingredients used are Dravadravya, Madhura Dravya and Prakshepaka Dravya. And Dravadravya. In Dravadravya you can take Swarasa, Kashaya, anything, any liquid form. Okay. And Madhura Dravya as Guda. Guda is the main ingredient here, and Prakshepaka Dravya. And Madhu can also be used at the end. Okay. At the end. General method of preparation. First, you have to dissolve the Guda in dissolved Dravadravya. द्रव्य है ना, उसमें क्या करना है, गुड़ा जैगरी को डिसॉल्व करना है. डिसॉल्व करने के बाद इट इज फिल्टर्ड टू रिमूव द इम्प्योरिटीज. डिसॉल्व करने के बाद जैगरी को डिसॉल्व करने के बाद उसको क्या करेंगे, फिल्ट्रेट करेंगे. क्योंकि टू रिमूव द एनी इम्प्योरिटी इन दैट. लेटर क्या करेंगे, फिल्ट्रेट इज हीटेड ओवर मंदाग्नि टिल 2 to 3 थ्रेड कंसिस्टेंसी कितना चाहिए, 2 to 3 थ्रेड कंसिस्टेंसी तक हम क्या करना चाहिए, हीटेड ओवर मंदाग्नि. देन द हीटिंग इज स्टॉप्ड एट द प्रक्षेपक द्रव्य आफ्टर सम एक्सटेंट कूलिंग. ओके, एट द लास्ट मधु इज एडेड आफ्टर कंप्लीट कूलिंग होने के बाद हम मधु को ऐड करना है. ओके, दिस इज general method of preparation of Gudapaka Kalpana. Precautions, here the heating is done carefully. The Siddhi Lakshanas are observed very carefully. Prakshepaka Dravya is added homogeneously because to avoid the lump formation. You have to add the Prakshepaka Dravya homogeneously in the preparation. Okay. Now we study Gudapaka Siddhi Lakshana. Gudapaka Siddhi Lakshana. अभी देखो फाइनली प्रिपरेशन अच्छे से हुआ है कि नहीं, किससे पता चलता है? सिद्धि लक्षण से हमको पता चलता है. तोय पुणे यदा पात्रे क्षिप्तो न प्लवते गुडः. दिस मीन्स क्षिप्तश्च निश्चल स्तिष्ठेत् पतितस्तु न सीर्यते. यदा दर्वी प्रलेपः स्यात् यावद्वा तन्तुलो भवेत्. एष पाको गुडादीनां सर्वेषां परिकीर्तितः. सुखमर्दः सुखस्पर्शो गुडः पाकामुपगातः. पीडितो भजेत् मुद्रा गंधवर्ण रसान्वितः. These are siddhi lakshanas. First one says that toya purne yada patre क्षिप्तो न प्लवते गुडः. The preparation it shouldn't float. It shouldn't float means न प्लवते गुडः. क्षिप्तस्थ निश्चिला state. It should directly sink. It doesn't float. And patitastu na siryate. It doesn't break the water. It doesn't break the water. That is the siddhi lakshana of Gudapaka Kalpana. And darvi pralepah syat yavato tantulo bhavah. Tantulo bhava. When you pressed between your fingers, it produces the thread consistency, 2 to 3 thread consistency. And esha pako gudadinam sarvesham parikirtitah. It is sukamarda. It is very soft to touch, sukasparsha and pakamubhagatah. Pidito bhajet mudra gandha varna rasatvita. Pidito rasa mudra. When you taken in between your fingers, the fingerprint should be there in the preparations, and the final product should have gandha, varna and rasa of the drugs used in the preparation. These are siddhi lakshana, Gudapaka siddhi lakshana. Okay. Now we discuss प्रिपरेशन तो बना लिया हमने. पैकिंग एंड प्रिजर्व कैसे करोगे? पैक्ड एंड स्टोर्ड इन एयर टाइट कंटेनर्स. एयर टाइट कंटेनर्स में क्या करना है? स्टोर एंड इट इज प्रिजर्व्ड बाय एडिंग द हियर preservatives are not mentioned, but you can add the sodium benzoate as the preservative. Okay. मात्रा डोसेज कितना बताया? 1 कर्षा. 1 कर्षा is equal to 12 gram. Remember this MCQ question. 12 gram. Anupana here Kshira and Jala are used as the Anupana. Shelf life according to classics 1 year. According to आचार्य रजनी ने क्या बताया है? 1 year shelf life बताया है. और but as per guidelines it is 3 years. As per NCSM guidelines it is 3 years. Examples for Guda Kalpana they are Manibhadra Guda and Guda Pipali. These are examples for Gudapaka Kalpana. This is all about Gudapaka Kalpana. Okay. Now we discuss the examples of Gudapaka Kalpana. Examples of Gudapaka Kalpana, that is Manibhadra Guda. Manibhadra Guda. Okay. Vidanga Sara Amalaka Abhayanam Palatrayam Trinipalani Kumbat Gudasya Cha Dvadasha Masamesham Jitatmana Hantyupapayo Jamanaha. Hantyupapayo Jamanaha. Here the ingredient mentioned are Vidanga Sara, Amalaka and Abhaya. Each taken as 1 pala. Means Palatrayam is taken as 1 pala. And Tridi Palani Kumbat. Triruta it is taken as 3 pala. Triruta it is taken as 3 pala. And Gudasya Cha Dvadasha. 12 pala of the Guda you have to take. And Masamesham Jitatmana. These are ingredients of the Manibhadra Guda. What are the ingredients of Manibhadra Guda? Vidangasara, Amalaka and Abhaya, 1 pala each. And Triruta it is taken as 3 pala. Guda it is taken as 12 pala. And quantity sufficient of the water is taken. Okay. Same to same कैसे हम जनरल मेथड ऑफ प्रिपरेशन किया था ना, ऐसे ही करने का. ओके. एंड बाद में डोसेज कितना बताया है? 6 to 12 ग्राम. अनुपाना क्षीरा बताया है. और इंडिकेशंस कुष्ठा, स्वित्रा, श्वासा, कासा, उदरा, अर्शस. In these conditions you can suggest the Manibhadra Guda. This is all about Gudapaka Kalpana. If you have any doubts, comment below. For handwritten notes, join my Telegram link in my description and follow for more Ayurveda content. Thank you.